It's Monday morning and I'm working from home. Well, seriously, this is also how I work. So I'm not teaching, I'm not going out to speak, but I am working and I'm making this video right now to talk about work. And I wanted to deliberately make it in a place where I sit and reflect and gaze out. Let me see if I can flip this around and show you the scene. No, that doesn't work. I'll have to turn the entire camera around. But so I'm sitting here. What you can see is just the grey wall behind me, but this is a lovely spot in my terrace. I don't get sun on my face, but I'm getting sun on my feet. I'm drinking my cup of tea. I'm looking out at a complete panoramic view of greenery, listening to birds, and I'm processing my thoughts. And I'm here to just share this experience, because this is also work, and these are also ways in which you can work. And this is something I have deliberately crafted for myself as an environment in which I can work and of course live as well. So a backstory here, which is I don't like air conditioning. I never did. I remember listening to a speaker, and I'm not about being allergic to air conditioning, and I remember listening and saying, ooh, I now have new vocabulary that I can use or borrow, because I've just hated air conditioning for as long as I can remember, since a kid. Now, of course, when I travel in planes, which I don't like, I know I have to, sort of put up with it. Airports, many times cabs also in Bangalore traffic, and if you know me, you know how I like to minimize all of these. And now I realize it's not just bad for me, it's also bad for the planet. So 2 reasons to minimize all of that, which is why speaking online like this is actually great. But that aside, it just didn't work for me as a person. So because of this, when I was in the corporate world, all the companies that I worked in were, these typical very beautiful, 5-star hotel-ish glass boxes and skyscrapers with air conditioning inside, and it was not working. I need to be connected with air. I need to be connected with the outside world, like the raw air, right? The air that's coming directly from trees. And I know you can put a lot of plants indoors, and that does make it much better, but opening windows is my thing. So sitting out like this in fresh air is what gets Ramya moving, which also means it's what gets Ramya's brain thinking and what helps me create. So this is one of my, if you've been following my work or if you've read my book, you'll see one of the things I keep talking about is return on time invested at work, and creating deliberate asks around this. So being able to work in open spaces, in fresh air, in natural spaces has been a very deliberate, systematic ask that I started making to the universe to include in my work, and I'm so glad that it's finally come true. It didn't come true right away, but it has come true. That said, I'm going to move on to the main topic of today's video. And yes, I'm having my tea, and this is a long form chit-chat conversation, and I'm allowing it to go winding, not particularly in a hurry to jump into the main point. But the main topic that I did want to share in today's video was about embracing different roles for different reasons. And this is really came up as a discussion point when I was talking to somebody over the weekend, some friends, and they were like, okay, so what's new in your life, Ramya? What are you doing new? And I was like, my new thing is that this year I've kept it aside to be a sales girl and learn about being a sales girl. And they were, what, really? And I was like, yeah, why? So it is a very conscious choice. I've written this lovely book I think it's lovely, this which is part of my heartfelt purpose, a wonderful summary of the courses I've been teaching and programs I've been doing, not all of them, but one stream of work that I've been doing, which is on career crafting, inside out career crafting. And after writing the book, I realized that's only one part of the work. The other part of the work is about getting that book to people, inviting people to pick it up, not just pick it up, inviting them to pick it up and then read it after that. And so I published the book in October last year, but when I was making my this year's vision board, I put that in, and I'm taking that role very seriously. And I do not have any real experience in sales or marketing. I've never been in that function, so it's very new, very uncomfortable, very different, but I'm doing it. And the reason I'm doing something that's so new, so uncomfortable, so different, so much of something that I wouldn't have put into my roti, return on time invested at work, is for the reason of love. And there's this lovely quote by Khalil Gibran, which is, work is love in action. And I can see that. Why am I doing sales? Because it's love in action, because I love this book. It's my baby, it's my purpose, and I want to sell it. So I can actually experience it. It is like, you know, how you would change nappies of the baby that you love. Nappy changing, diaper changing is not necessarily a very fun activity, but you do it because you love it. And then when you do it out of love for the baby that you love, you're like, I'll do this. So that's what sales is like for me. It's from love, but it's my diaper changing activity. So I'm errors and I learn, but I'm open to doing it better. But what I'm not open to doing is to stop to sell, because I understand the power and merit of sales, and I love this book, and I am going to sell it. Then my friends that I talked with over the weekend, they were like, Ramya, what are your margins from the book? Is it even worth your time to be selling it? And I was like, yeah, okay. So I think everybody knows this, or anyone who's ever written a book knows it. There are margins. You don't make money from a book, and you don't write a book to make money either. You could do a whole lot of other things that are equally aligned with your meaning and purpose, right? So for example, if I take up 2 people for private coaching, 9-month contract, I would make way more money just with these 2 private coaching clients on the same topic. So it's aligned with mission and purpose and all of that. So it's got all the other routines, right? Return on time invested at work. But I would make way more money than I would make by, you know, selling my book for the entire year and having lots of people in terms of the margins. But yet I'm choosing to do this. Why? Because there's a reason I wrote the book. I was already doing private coaching, and there's also a reason why I've started decreasing my private coaching, and possibly, I don't know if I'll ever end it, but I will do very less of it, because while it is very fulfilling, very gratifying, and you are changing lives, you're changing one person's life. And I know those of you who've heard me, this book, the Starfish book, is there in my story. It's there in my book, I think, but I do talk about it a lot in my classes also. The Starfish story, where, you know, you don't have to really judge and rate ourselves on whether we are impacting one person's life or a million people's life. It's just a choice. And in private coaching, yes, I impact one person's life, but I wrote the book deliberately for the reason that so many people were reaching out to me, asking for advice, asking for help, asking for pointers, and I wasn't being able to help them because the kind of work that I have, the kind of methodology, it's not like I can't even have a 1 hour, 20-minute session with someone or conversation and help them, because it's not just career coaching. It's an inside out approach. I need to take you with me. I need to hold you, or hold space for you, and help you embark on a long inner work journey, which takes a minimum of 9 months, but 9 months is just like a metaphor. Really, it's ongoing. My inner work journey is ongoing for years and years and years, and so is everyone else's. But it's a journey that counts. I hope you get it. If not, pick a book in which I explain. Pick my book. But so that is what I can do in private coaching, and I can't do that with the number of people that are reaching out. And so I was like, okay, I'm writing this book to handhold people so that when they embark on their journey, and then of course there will be some people who can just use the book and do it themselves, and some will feel the need for a coach and they can reach out. There are lots of coaches. Coaching isn't rocket science. It's really, I mean, you get trained, of course the training is important, but it's about holding spaces, asking questions, and being the accountability partner. And there are lots of beautiful coaches on the planet who can do it. And I wanted this book to be like a curriculum, a framework that you can use along with your coach as well, or yourself. And that's why I wrote the book. So now I need to let people know that this book is available. I wrote it so that it becomes available to a lot of people, and that's the selling part. And it's interesting because I met people again over the weekend at a gathering, students, and they were again asking me for help, asking me for advice, but they didn't know I had written the book. So it's like people seek me out because they know I have something to offer, but they don't know that there is a book that I wrote to help them. So the sales is important, and so this year is dedicated to selling. And yeah, so I'm going to be making, I'm also going to be making a lot of long form videos like this. I know people, it's my tea, right? A lot of people are saying, and I get feedback, and it's okay. I'm listening to the feedback but taking what I want to take. So, which is reels, come to the point, a 60-second nugget, that's all people want. I'm like, cool, yeah, okay. But there are some people out there who also want long form videos and conversations. I know that because I can see the views. And this conversation is for you, my dear friend, if you're someone who likes and enjoys that long form conversation. So hope you've got your cup of tea as well. Have a lovely Monday, and wherever you are, I don't want to sign off before I say this, which is wherever you are in your life and career crafting journey, remember it's a journey and you can keep asking. So I use a cos theta framework, right? If this is what you want, you might be doing something here, but you have a cos theta component to it and a sin theta. You might want multiple things also. So keep doing and keep asking and keep crafting. It's an ongoing journey. And yes, I have nature now and I can work mostly anywhere, anytime, but there are other things that I'm asking the universe, right? So I don't want all this nature just to myself here or anywhere else. I want to do retreats in nature, and I want to do, there are more things that I want to do in my career, and those are the asks that I have of the universe. So what are your asks? So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, keep your asks coming, keep your crafting going, keep that conversation going, and definitely get a copy of my book. You can get it for the price of a glass of wine, literally. So get it, and I hope it guides you. And have a lovely Monday.